For me as a public school music teacher, the when is pretty simple. You're going to do it whenever there's a break from school, right? You don't play bassoon. If you're a high school student, you don't play bassoon until just pretty close to Halloween. Okay, so clean your swab, clean your vocal, get new reeds, or make sure that your reeds have been disinfected right around Halloween. The next break from school is Thanksgiving, and then you have a few more weeks and it's December holiday break, right? So make sure that you're cleaning your swab and your vocal before you come back to school in January. The next thing that happens, most schools have some sort of midwinter break. It's more of a long weekend, depending on how many snow days we end up with for that given year. So wash your swab, clean out your vocal at that point. The next break is spring break, and between spring break and the end of school, right, swab your vocal out with your vocal brush and wash your swab before the end of school. If you have a friend that's a trombonist, you've probably seen one of these. This is a vocal brush. Oh, it's tiny. It looks like a tiny little Barbie trombone snake kind of thing, right? It's not that long. It's only really as long as your vocal is. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your vocal. This is one of the dented and patched ones. You're going to take your vocal and you're going to use warm water, not hot water, not cold water, warm water. This vocal has a seam that goes all the way down the side. That's why you see so many vocals with patches on them, because folks will forget and they'll try and brush them out with either hot water or cold water and the side just splits open, okay? And that really damages the vocal beyond any usable space after that. You just really, these are often used for beginners because beginners are the ones that often have equipment issues, but anyway, I digress. Let's go back and clean our vocal. Right, so you're going to put a little dab of, I don't know, dish soap, hand soap, laundry soap, doesn't really matter what, as long as it's just some sort of liquid type soap. You're just going to put a little bit right on the end of that little brush there in your warm water, right? You're going to cover the cork if you can, because you really would rather not get the cork wet, and you're just going to send the brush through. Send through, send through. Look at it disappear. Oh, it's like a big magic trick. There you go. Oh, oh. Wait, oh, there it is, down at the other end. Okay, so now your little brush came out the other end. Good. There's going to be junk in the sink. Okay, just know that. This is a lovely, dark, damp place for bacteria to grow. You're putting your mouth on this, friends. You're going to want to clean this out as often as we've discussed. Whenever there's a break from school is adequate. If it hasn't been done, or if the bassoon that you just received is new to you, clean the vocal now, because you don't want to share germs with other people, right? It's like sharing trombone mouthpieces. We don't do that. So your little brush comes out the other end. You're just going to withdraw it, right? Take it out. You're going to rinse, rinse, rinse like crazy, crazy, crazy. Make sure there's no soap in here. Make sure that there's no junk in there. If there was an excessive amount of junk in the sink, yeah, go ahead and brush through it again, okay, just to make sure that it's clean. After that is completed, you're going to want to clean your vocal like you do at the end of every practice or playing session. You're just going to point it at the floor, blow from the cork, and that'll blow the excess water onto the floor. The last thing about vocal cleaning is that here, the little whisper key hole, right, you're going to need a pin, straight pin, I don't know, safety pin. I think paper clips are too big. I always look at my kids do this and say, hey friends, never ever ever do this with an earring. Don't do that with an earring, okay? If that hole is plugged, then you will not be able to get anything above the staff. So if you have that issue, if there's something going on and your notes aren't coming out and your whisper key lock is not on by accident, it may just be that this tiny little hole right here is plugged. So, you know, keep something in your case that will fit through that hole without making it bigger, and you can take care of it that way. Don't forget to grease your cork once you're done, right? Correct vocal handling is this way. The reason that these vocals are bent and that these vocals are patched is that students have handled them this way. And they try and put them in the horn and, you know, they wiggle them back and forth, or they end up grabbing them up and down, or maybe they were walking with them in the instrument and somebody whacked it, right? The only correct place to put your vocal is in the bell, right? You should hear that happy, happy jingling sound. It's a favorite of band directors everywhere, second only to the pencil hitting the music stand. So make your band director happy and put your vocal in your bell. When they hear it, they'll look at you and they'll smile. Right? So now your vocal's clean. What's next?